And last week you chased the riders to the town of Thrushmore. Met a guy that was determined to kill you, and found out that one of the riders had went to the town of Illmarsh. And go up the town map of Illmarsh again. And you had a lovely experience at the fish market. After which you ended up meeting both the sheriff and the mayor. And the mayor was talking about how there were some disappearances around town, and frankly, how he needed your help. That he suspects that uh, the Recondite Order of the Indomitable Sea, which is the area's local church, is behind the disappearances and ask you all to investigate.
Church, not a cult.
Did I say cult?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure they are a cult.
I don't see the difference between the two.
The paladin might not appreciate that sentiment.
User
So-
disconnected from your channel.
Really, what you're saying is I said something mean about his religion, and now he's going to hurt me. Sounds like a cult to me.
Not to each his own.
So
10 left.
Must have crashed.
No, TeamSpeak's usually pretty good about telling you why people leave, whether they disconnected or actually left of their own volition.
I mean, like maybe his entire computer did or something like that. But yeah, I have no idea.
So, yes, when we finished, you all were wrapping up the meeting with the mayor. Do you have any further questions for the mayor?
No, I think he's covered. We found out who the Recondite Order supposedly worshipped, or what they're. We know that they're big on the politics of the town. Did we find out anything about their beliefs from the mayor? Does he know anything?
We never even asked who the head of the order was.
I think he mentioned that. I seem to recall.
Let's see.
Because I thought he said something about him being, like, in a lot of ways, the real ruler. Or we heard from someone about that.
Yes, Father Valerio.
Oh, looks like Father Voltron.
Hey, I like that. Father Voltron. Yeah, just to recap, the mayor had talked about it's no secret that the order pretty much runs the town. Yeah, he's the duly appointed mayor, but Father Voltron is the real power behind the town.
Does he assemble into a bigger person? Is that why he's the power?
Oh, that's funny.
The way fate works, they all assemble behind the leader.
That's true. And the mayor doesn't offer any hard evidence about the disappearances and so forth that, the order is behind it. So he's asking you to go see what you can see, find out anything at all that can help.
Well, then we should probably go talk to Voltron.
Yeah. Unless the mayor has an idea the best way of approaching them.
Probably without the tiefling.
Well, we should probably go then before he comes back.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. And on the map, the church is the big building directly to the south. And yeah, give me a second and I'll have a map coming at you.
I'll be still a little lagging behind since I don't know fully what's going on. It's just that some people are bad, Ryder's bad. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
The Springway bad.
Yes, you're going after the bad of the bad guys. Okay, and as you approach the church, the church dominates the southern side of the town square. It's constructed of dark, weather-beaten field stones, and the building displays an archaic architectural style not seen anywhere else in town. It is Illmarsh's only church. It is dedicated to Gozra, and most of the town's citizens are followers of the church, as you just were told. And as you approach, you see this large covered porch, and it's facing the dark waters of the lake. In the center of it, you see the stone statue of a mermaid with long flowing green hair holding a trident and a conch shell, and she stands in the middle of the portico, and she's looking out to sea. Behind her, you can see an open archway leading east inside the building.
Well, there's no guards or anything. I'm assuming that everyone's free to enter.
Yes, there are no guards, and if anyone would like, they can make a knowledge religion check.
As I recall, Demon doesn't actually have knowledge religion.
No, not yet. It's the one thing I didn't train into. I was going to do that next level.
I don't have much knowledge religion.
You notice, you recognize the statue as being an obscure depiction of Gazra, and it's used by some of the coastal communities in this area. I think that was worth a roll.
Yeah, know something now.
Absolutely. But yes, there's no one outside the building currently.
I suggest we just go on in then and see if we can find Father Voltron.
We could just light the
Oh.
place on fire. I'm sure he would come out to us. Alright, let's go.
Didn't they say it was made of stone?
Yes.
This has to
Fire
be
is
a
not
really
an
hot
option.
fire.
Anyone have a fireball?
Okay, if you want to move your tokens, we can get started.
I'll walk forwards first, I guess. We didn't see anyone in this main hall here.
I'll follow
Okay.
along behind the meat shield.
Oh, um, as you walk through the door, you see two leaded stained glass windows on the north and south, and they display the images. Excuse me. There's two
User
stained
joined your
glass
channel.
windows on the north and south displaying images of the same mermaid depicted by the statue outside. You see two doors and an open archway leading to the east. And down the hall to the east, you can see a bunch of acolytes in the room.
Do they look evil?
No, they do not look like they're token.
Well, we should probably walk up to one of them and see if they can direct us towards Father Voltron.
Sounds like a good idea.
I'm back and it's working now.
Oh, welcome
Okay.
back.
I can wait till a more convenient time if you'd like.
Give me just a minute, and then we'll drop down to the private channel and talk.
Okay, thank you, and sorry I'm so late.
It's all right. It happens. So you all are going to walk up and approach?
Yeah, walk to the door here. Look around. Is there anyone direct me walking forwards?
No. Now, as you come through the room, you do notice that there are 11 pairs of shoes lined up neatly against the north and south walls.
So we may
And
want to take off our boots.
as you approach, the two guards standing in, or the two priests in the middle of the room, do step forward and
Shout blasphemer, shoes are not permitted.
Well, if I see there's no shoes, are they wearing shoes themselves?
um, yes, they are wearing shoes, and if you do notice that the majority of them are carrying a weapon of some sort. And as you approach, they walk up and ask you, what's your purpose here? You're not from around here.
Well, I'm here with my new friends, and we're just passing through town. And from what I understand, I just met up with them on the road, and they said they're looking for a friend who came through this way. We're pointing towards Father Voltron to see if he maybe noticed something, or if any maybe of you guys.
Well, the father is currently busy. If you would like, I can tell him that you called.
Do you have any idea when he might be free?
No, I do not.
I'm a follower of Selene, always willing to learn about new religions and new places and new gods. Do you think the Father would be willing to meet up with me and my friends? We can talk religion and other things.
One of them takes a 5-foot step towards you, and he's like, "Sir, I honestly don't know, but this is not a good time. I must insist that you leave."
Wow, what's with the hostility here? It's just
And
turn to Darris. Apparently, there's something going on. What should we? Do you want to ask him a question?
Suppose we have to leave if they're not willing to talk to us. Starting a fight in the middle of the church probably is not going to go well, especially since we're probably going to be in town for a while.
This is true.
But sir, once again, I will let Father Voltron know that you were here and that you wish to speak with him, but I have to insist that you leave now.
Wait, did you say his name was Father Voltron?
It's in the chat. It's like Valerio or something.
Voltario, I think. But Voltron, you know.
Okay.
Took you this long to realize that we were saying Father Voltron?
Seems like we need someone with diplomacy to get up here.
Well, I have it, but I don't know how to actually use it in this situation.
You say, "Get out of my way, or I'll cut you all in half." And then you roll diplomacy.
No, that's intimidation.
I don't think you're right about that.
Your aggressive negotiations always fail.
I'm not exactly sure how to. It's not diplomacy. It's not something I normally use.
I don't know that there is anything that we can do to convince them to talk to us right now. They're probably doing something secretive and evil. We probably just better leave.
Why don't you get Father Voltiaro out here and see if he wishes to speak to us himself, rather than having you lowly ones decide? You never know. You might get in trouble later if you hold us up and he wishes to speak to us.
Yeah, the guard goes once again. I told you I will inform the father, but I need to ask you all to leave.
Did it look like actual acolytes of this temple, or just like mercenaries or something?
They look like devout followers, and two of the guards from the back of the room start heading toward the door.
I'll step back a bit to seem non-aggressive here. No, we were just hoping to get to talk to him. We've been going through these regions, and we heard some people maybe need help, and wonder if the father might need our help, but didn't want to cause any problems here. It would be nice if we could see him sooner rather than later, because we may not be in town for that long. And I'm going to roll diplomacy with that and see if that works.
We're gonna roll a 1. They're
Probably.
instantly going to attack us.
He softens his tone just a little bit. He's like, "Sir, I will make sure that the father gets your message and gets in touch with you."
Well, thank you. We don't mean to cause you troubles or problems. We're hoping we can help out in any situation, or maybe help the people. You guys seem to be on hard times. Just something. Some of your people said you've been having hard times with fishing and all that. Maybe there's something we can do to help. That's all we were here to do.
Okay. Are you going to back away?
You guys think, should we?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll back away.
You can tell the tiefling's not here. And guys, if you don't mind, can we take 5 and let me talk with Tan for a minute?
Yeah, go for it.
I gotta make a phone call anyway.
Okay. Not everyone's back. You kind of get pushed out of the church.
I need to be on the map. Help me.
Maybe we should go look for other people. Maybe we can find either our scientist friend or other people who might be able to tell us more about the church and Father, what's his face? Voltron.
Yeah, more information about the place and what's going on. Maybe better use to us, yeah.
And it's you'll probably need to arrange for lodging as well. Or
Have we seen any signs of an inn?
yes, there is the Bountiful Catch Inn. And it's on the town map.
Okay, just so I'm caught up. Why are we in this church and why are we blocked?
You weren't invited to the church. We specifically went there without you.
Oh, okay.
We had a feeling that wouldn't go well if we let you come with us. Doesn't matter, they kicked us out anyways.
But yes, there is the Bountiful Catch Inn. It's a once fine 2-story structure, and it's the town's only lodging.
Well, we should probably make some right accommodations for ourselves.
Yeah, we can go in and speak to the innkeeper.
Okay, the sign above the door depicts a fisherman hauling in a net full of fish and a curvaceous mermaid with a knowing smile on her lips. And, it's fairly clean. However, it's kind of fishy smelling.
I think everything in this town is, though.
And the innkeeper, he's looks over at you and says, "Come on in. How can I help you?" Little gruff, but
We're looking for accommodations for a couple of days. If you have any rooms.
yes, I've got 3 empty rooms, and you're all from out of town, I tell.
you tell, correct?
And he's like, yeah, I've got 3 rooms out of the 6 that are available, and it's only 3 gold pieces per night.
Well, looks like some of us are bunking up.
Don't worry, me and Bob can share a room.
Where the hell am I?
Because there's 4 of us and only 3 rooms.
Well, I'm not even with the group apparently, so where am I?
No, where do you want to be? After
You
we
are?
left the
You're right
mayor,
there.
what did you go do?
You're at the bar getting drunk, remember?
Okay,
Without burning
fine.
down the town. Without burning down the town.
All right,
Emphasis on don't down the town.
I'm getting sloshed then. I have no idea what you're doing then. I mean, I can presume that I know you're going to the church, right?
Well, we're coming back from the church. We're at the end now.
Okay.
Presumably, I don't know if you went there to get sloshed. If so, that's where we meet.
Yeah, let's head and just for sake of argument, we'll put him at the same place. So you're aware that they come back and so forth.
Did you arrange rooms before you got sloshed? We need to get you a room too.
Technically, I think I'm supposed to roll to see how many, because it's based on your constitution how much you can drink, right?
Let's find out.
After you drink a certain amount, you have to start making constitution saves. Versus poison, mind you, because drinking counts as poison.
Yeah.
Or fortitude saves, I believe, actually, not constitution saves. Fortitude saves, or you, I think you puke and pass out, and you get sickened.
I think it's 1/3 of your constitution is how much you can drink before you have to start rolling.
Let's see. Alcohol is treated as a specialized poison. Ale and wines usually have a fortitude save of 10 to 15. Human spirits 15 to 20. Dwarven or special would have 21 plus.
Jesus.
Um,
Don't drink the dwarven stuff.
I got the numbers that you can drink here before you gotta start making saves if you need that.
what,
Of course.
It says, in general, a character can consume a number of alcoholic beverages equal to 1 plus double his constitution modifier before being sickened for 1 hour, equal to the number of drinks above his maximum. Particularly strong or exotic forms of alcohol might be treated as normal drugs. Those who regularly abuse alcohol might even eventually develop a moderate addiction.
So now we're talking. So I can have 4, and then I have to start rolling constitution saves. Is that correct?
It's 1 plus double your constitution, so it should be an odd number.
Oh, okay. So it's 7.
So everything above 7, you've got to start making fortitude saves. You should have to make fortitude saves, but it doesn't mention anything here. This is just basic rules right here for how many you can drink before you get drunk.
yeah,
We weren't at
according-
the church that long. Hopefully, you haven't been downing 7 so far.
Oh man.
Oh.
What are you gonna say,
It's like-
Winter?
It's only 4 in the afternoon.
Well, you left me behind, so she's slamming him back. Let's dust off the rule book.
Okay, so back to the rooms. Who's taking rooms?
Well, if there's only 3, one of us is gonna have to share a room. Mind sharing with me, Darris?
No, that's fine.
Well, I think the women are gonna share a room.
Oh,
I'm
no.
not, I'm
Lydia
not sharing a
said she
room
was
with
sharing
Miss
with
Pukey over here.
she was sharing with Bob. You probably don't want to know what she does with Bob at night, anyways.
Well, me and Bob can get a room, and Darris and Dhamon can get a room, and then Selene can get a room.
That's 3 of us.
Because I don't
That's
think
right.
anyone wants to sleep with Selene.
Everyone would be afraid to sleep with Selene at this point, I think.
She has a liquor in each hand, and for prehensile tail, she's holding another drink.
And okay, the rooms are clean. Your standard hotel room. The tavern does also serve dinner. Usually it's some sort of fish. Imagine that, and breakfast.
More fish for breakfast.
That's probably fish
Yeah.
oatmeal.
Yeah, in this part of the world, it wouldn't be surprising. Okay.
Well, just a brief. We're still chasing that werewolf person, right?
Ryder who stole the werewolf heart.
All right. Well, slightly inebriated. I'm going to start going around the tavern and asking people for information. Have you seen this person? Yada, yada, yada. Have they been in town before? That sort of thing.
Can anyone cast a silence spell?
No.
I think I might have gotten a rod of that.
Okay.
Sorry, go for it.
Selene.
Yes, I do. I have silent spell lesser metamagic rod. This must have come from Winter because I would have never typed it out like this. It's typed out rod of metamagic, comma silent, comma lesser.
That's how it comes out of the books.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah.
from Luke somewhere then.
Selene, the few people that are in the inn just kind of back away and are not very talkative to you.
Got this crazy so-and-so away from me.
Was it something I said?
Probably talking about werewolves.
Or maybe it's because he looks like a demon.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna approach the innkeeper and just start chatting him up. I'm just gonna say, I'm new to this town. I'm here with my friends, and we were hoping to meet up with one of our friends. He was riding a horse, and he was headed this direction. You happen to see him come through town like that?
He's a friend of yours, you say. How do I know that?
Do you care? Sorry, I'm not there.
Well, you couldn't know that. We're just hoping to meet up with him, and just to talk to him. It's been a while, and other things. When we're walking through town, we've heard you guys been having problems here. Is there anything you can tell me about that? Maybe we can help out and stuff.
He's a little standoffish. At first, and he relaxes a little bit, and he's like, I'm kind of sorry. We haven't had anybody new in town lately, and everybody's stressed out over, the condition of the fishing lately.
Yeah, we've heard about that. Do you have any idea what might have contributed to that? Something new come to town, or just something odd happen recently?
Um, I'm just going to recant a couple of the rumors that you heard. He talks once again about, how fishing's been extremely poor of late, and, you know, things are so bad around town. Um, even the neighbors haven't been seen in a while. And,
Maybe the neighbors drove off their fish.
well, maybe the neighbors just got fed up lately with all the foreigners that we've had hereabouts.
Oh, you've
Things
had
are,
a lot of strangers?
uh, you know, yeah, we've had some. And, things are so bad that even the watcher in the bay has been seen. And that can't mean no good.
Yeah, we've heard about him. And he's normally peaceful, isn't he?
He's kind of like a guardian angel of our town. And when you see him, that means bad times are coming. And then again, there's rumors that just crazy talk about old spirits coming up from the ground and so forth, and that they must have gotten the neighbors because there hasn't been a fostering in a month, and folks have started to disappear. But you didn't hear that from me, though.
Do you regularly go to church? If you don't mind me asking.
Uh, Sonny, I like to drink too much.
Ah, so you don't know Father Voltiaro very well.
Oh, I know him. I'm not a faithful follower of his.
Ah, we were just wondering what he was like. We need to meet with him later.
Yeah, we went there to try to meet with him, and the acolytes wouldn't let us in because they said they're in the middle of something. We just were hoping to talk to him, ask him about our friend, or if he needs any help with some of these missing people, maybe we can help find them. And what of the fostering?
Caleb is no, I'm sorry.
Well, Jesus, never asked me to roll stealth. I got -11.
It seems like that's an excellent thing to ask you to roll.
Hell, even with a plus 32, 37, it doesn't help. We're rolling a 37, I should say.
The father, he's a powerful man in this community, and it doesn't do well. And the innkeep lowers his voice, and he's like, it doesn't do you any good to ask a lot of questions about the father.
Oh, thanks. We don't want to cause you any trouble. We were just hoping to help out. I'm whispering for him, and then I'll slide a coin across to make it look like I'm to buy food from him, so it gives him some type of a cover, so people don't get suspicious of him. Just say, well, thank you. And just one last question: has the father been here his whole life, or is he just a new addition to this area region?
No, the father's been here for a while. And, you had asked about the fostering.
Yeah.
Really, it's nothing really. It's just an old tradition. I don't know where the word comes from, but you know, it's what we call it. One of our town's fine daughters goes off to marry one of the neighbors down bay.
Oh, it's
Oh.
always the daughters?
Yes, it is always the daughters for some reason.
And the neighbors never come to live here instead?
No, they always go down bay.
Interesting local customs.
Yeah, it's been around for a long, long time.
Well, thank you for the information. We're going to be here for a couple of days before we head out, hoping to get to talk to the father. If you need any help, just come approach us. And I'll back away and take whatever food he brought me with the gold I gave him.
Oh, I thought that was a bribe.
No, I was trying to make it look like he's nice. Just talking outright.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, he definitely takes the gold, all right.
Yeah, and just go back to the group. Says I asked some questions, but I don't know enough about your situations to ask a lot of them. Hopefully, I get to know more a little later.
Okay, and
Now we should probably try to convince Selene that it's time to go upstairs. Wouldn't you be more comfortable drinking in your room, Selene? By yourself, where no one can hear you.
Is that a hint?
Would I ever hint at you?
Um, I clearly missed something. I wasn't in the room, so I didn't hear the conversation. I mean, in the game wise. So I clearly missed something that was said because I don't know what you're referring to. Sorry.
No, I was just referring to the fact that you were talking about werewolves and stuff to the going around asking questions about werewolves and the like to the rest of the bar.
Oh, okay. I knew I missed it. Well, I wasn't so much like going around as drunkenly asking from my bar stool.
Oh, okay. Either way, we're trying to convince you that it's time to go up to your room.
That can't happen because I'm still sentient.
Still conscious, you mean? I hope you're always sentient.
No, I said sentient. See, the point of drinking is not just to get drunk, it's to get yourself to the point where you're no longer self-aware.
okay. Well, since the tiefling's going to continue drinking, what would you all like to do?
At this point, Darris will probably go up to his room and, hope for the best that they're not rooted out and burned as witches in the middle of the night.
Well, it sounds like everyone's just gonna wait until they can follow up on their clues. So I presume everyone's just gonna go to bed.
Uh, Darris, it just so happens that
I don't want to be burned.
Your room has windows that overlook the town square,
Uh-oh.
and you can see. You can actually see the church rather well, and you notice that for the priest who blocked your entry, you can't be for sure it's the exact same word priest, but they are dressed like the other ones were, and that they have left the building.
All right, I will. Darris will try to sneak out without letting Damon, assuming that Damon's come up to the room too, without letting him know.
Yeah, I'll go up to the room. I probably would fall to the room. I had to go to get someone at my door. Sorry if I missed anything.
Yeah, he'll go over and he'll see if he can. I guess since he's the roguey type, he better go in and see if he can sneak around and see if he can see anything now that it looks like maybe it's not as heavily guarded.
Okay.
Oh wait, never mind. He's not a stealthy type. He's a pick locks and yeah. He not. Oh, never mind. Yeah, no, he'll use an invisibility spell. He'll do it that way.
Clang, clang.
Well, he gets plus 20 to his stealth with invisibility. That will make him. And he doesn't wear metal armor, so it's not that bad. Yeah, he will try to sneak into the church that way.
Oh, so you're leaving our room and sneak into church?
Yeah, I'm going to go take a look and see if he can, now that a couple guards are out, if there's anything interesting. And, if so, I can come back and let you guys know.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to tell me that, I'll let you go. But maybe if you don't come back or a certain amount of time, you'd like me to follow.
Sure, I'll let Damon know that I'm going to go have a discreet look around.
Okay. Well, you find that that the majority of the, let's call them for what they were, guards that were there earlier are no longer there. 4 you did see leave the building. 2 you do see, but the other 2 you have no idea where they are.
Alright, I will try to stealth into the building and just take a look around. I will quaff my Crypt Breaker's draught, so I have dark vision.
Do you like to make that stealth roll?
Mhm.
Okay, you managed to make it back into the vegetable of the church, and you notice that there are a lot of shoes that are gone, and you do have the doors in the corner of the room.
Alright, I will go up and see if I can discreetly open that door in front of me, provided it doesn't make a whole lot of noise. I will go ahead and open it. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to look for traps or any sort of alarms or anything obvious like that.
God damn it.
Winter,
Yes.
can I speak to you in private for a second?
Yeah, give me just a second.
Okay.
And the door is not locked, and you're not finding any traps and so forth.
Alright, I will open it slowly.
Okay, and you find a chapel room. You see a small ship's bell mounted on a ship's wheel, sitting atop a small altar of green stone at the far end of the chapel. And you see a mosaic on the wall that portrays a sea captain on the deck in the midst of a raging storm. And you do not see anyone else in the room.
Alright, I'll go take a closer look at the altar. See if there's any details that stand out or anything that looks out of place.
You notice that the ship's bell is engraved, and it says the Conqueror. And from the looks of the bell and the treatment, you have no doubt that it truly came from a an actual ship.
Oh, okay. And it doesn't strike a familiar tone. I've never heard of a Conqueror before, a ship called the Conqueror.
No, you haven't.
Okay. Then I will check out the next door.
Okay. This door is not locked either. You're not seeing any traps, and when you lightly open the door, you see a lavishly furnished chamber. Uh, it's very obvious to you that, you know, someone important has this room. There's a large desk and a plush chair standing next to the south wall. You see an opulent bed against the north wall between two windows, and the other furnishings in the room include a large sea chest. It's clearly of good quality. Um, Everything smells unpleasantly fishy, particularly the nearer you get to the.
Well, that's not disconcerting at all. I will go check out the desk first and see if there's anything of interest there.
Um, you see that a large leather chest has been pulled from beneath the bed and upended. Beside it lies an open coffer that was obviously taken from the chest. You see a number of empty and broken glass bottles lying near the coffer. Uh, um, some with still a bit of liquid remaining in them. You can do an Arcana or a Spellcraft to see what they were. If you wish.
Okay.
And then I need you to make a perception or stealth check, if you would. And you hear movement. That the door handle is jiggling. Someone is getting ready to open the door to the south of you.
All right. I guess I will try to slip back through this door and close it behind me if I have time. Otherwise, actually, no, I'll slip through and see if I can see who comes into the room. I'll just leave the door open a crack.
You see one of the cultists that was out in the hall come in and take a look around. And thought I heard something, and he looks around and then steps back out of the room. But this time, he does not close the door completely. And while you're thinking about your next action, you want to drop private, Foamhead?
Yes.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
So did I learn anything from looking at the vials, or did I have to leave before I had the chance to really get to check them out?
Darris, you got a quick glance at him, and you're confident that it was probably a couple of potions of cure light wounds, or cure
Okay.
wounds of some kind.
But they had been, the chest was upended.
But yes, you definitely saw signs of a struggle.
Okay. I will try going down to the southern batch of doors and seeing if I can get into them.
Okay, it opens up into a very similar um, it's a similar type room. It's obvious another chapel. You see a simple altar of green stone at the end, and a mosaic on the wall above the altar depicts a creature that appears to be a mixture of a fish, a frog, and a human. Uh, the air is thick with the smell of rotting fish.
And I will try not to gag. And I will go again, check out the altar and see if there's, anything stands out on closer inspection.
You want to throw a knowledge and religion. I'm sorry. Throw a nature as well.
Okay. Which is good because I'm much better at that.
Okay. You identify the creature in the mosaic as being a scum. SKUM, scum. Uh, um, and your religion, you know that these creatures are not normally venerated in temples.
Do I know anything about the scum? I'm going to go on a limb and assume that they're aquatic type creatures.
Up an image. They are a hunchbacked, green-skinned humanoid that has a wide frog-like head, but a mouth that's more akin to that of a sea fish. And they are an aquatic, medium-sized, monstrous humanoid.
And do I know if they have evil tendencies or not?
They are generally lawful evil, and you know that they were created to be a slave race.
All right. I will try to continue on and check out the next door.
Okay, would you like to make a stealth check?
Uh-oh.
And as you manage to quietly slide the door open, you do find two cultists that are sleeping. And can I get you to make a perception check as well? A small portion of the eastern wall, just you catch a glimpse of it, and it seems like it's concealing a door. It just looks off to you from your current vantage point.
Oh dear. My curiosity gets the best of me, and I try to sneak through the room to check out the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you roll that stealth.
Mhm.
Okay.
I step on a rake.
Hits you in the middle of the forehead, breaks your nose. You manage to get over to the wall, and you can indeed, from being this close, actually see that it is a hidden door.
I'm going to see if I can see any way to open it.
You can probably open it, but can you open it quietly enough?
Yes. But I do see where it opens.
Yes.
Alright, I will try to open it stealthily.
I'm sorry, I was laughing.
I figured.
Yes, you rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, it had to happen sooner or later.
Okay. Yes, the door hinge, as you're fiddling with it, the concealed hinge, uh, makes a loud creak. And the two guards, they just kind of like instantly sit up to see what's making that noise.
I am going to use one of my extracts, and I'm going to use Ultra Self to make myself look like one of the cultists we saw earlier. Hopefully not one of the ones who's sitting in bed at the moment. But
Okay.
otherwise I freeze just so that, I'm not making any more sound. I'm just frozen in place.
Are you invisible right now?
I am.
Yeah, I thought so. I wasn't certain though.
Okay. One of the guards notices that secret door is ajar a little bit, and he steps up and shuts the door back, and you quietly step out of his way. And he yells at the other guard, "I thought I told you to close that damn door to keep the draft out. Get up off your butt and shut it." And the other guard gets up begrudgingly, walks over to the door, and shuts the door.
And I will huddle in the corner and hopefully go back to sleep.
uh, uh, do I want to be a nice guy? The one guard walks over, and they both stand beside their bed, and They start talking, and he's like, that woke me up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back to sleep. And the other one's like, well, I was sleeping pretty good until, you yelled at me and crap. And I don't know if I can get back to sleep either. And, hey, how about a game of cards?
And Bruce
And
tries not to cry.
and the other one agrees. And how long's your spell good for?
Invisibility lasts
1 minute per level.
9 minutes. Yeah.
All right, I've got to head to work. I might actually be a while before I can get back on. Probably 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
So if you can like fights or something, just give some control of my guy. I do have the spell I grabbed this level was Dimension Door and Fireball for my level 3 spell. So if she gets in trouble, starts screaming for help, my plan was to D-door in, grab her, and D-door out.
Got it.
All right, I'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
User disconnected from your channel.
Gonna be one of them nights.
Well,
All right.
we were before he left, and we did set him up. We were talking about setting a set amount of time before I came looking.
What he'll do, he's going to do a couple things. He's going to start quaffing extracts. He is going to quaff a fly extract, and he is going to quaff a reduced person extract. So now he looks like a cultist. He's, a fraction of his size, and he's flying around the room. I don't think reduced person lets me get small enough to. Yeah, it's only halves me in size, and that's not that useful. Yeah, never mind about the reduced person. He's flying and he looks like a cultist, and I think that's.
Did you close that door behind you when you went in?
No, but the other guy closed it because he was complaining about a draft. Ah, that's what I'm going to do. Never mind the fly either. I'm going to quaff my extract of gaseous form and float under the door.
Damn it, I thought I had you.
Almost. I was running out of things. I was going to have to, just sort of jump out and surprise them. So yes, at that point, I'm just glad to get out of there. I will go back to the inn and tell the others about, what I saw, about the fishy smells and the scum and the fact that there's a secret door and it looks like there was a fight in what I'm assuming is the head priest's chamber.
Okay.
Did it look like someone ransacked his room, or he was trying to get out of there in a hurry?
It looks like there was a scuffle, I thought.
Yes.
And then I'm assuming that after the scuffle, someone I'm assuming it must have been the priest if they knew to go for the cure potions, but not necessarily. It looks like they were not too concerned about leaving signs of the scuffle.
It's the middle of the night now.
Yes, it is. Or we can make it that way. It was 4 earlier, and went to bed. Yeah, let's say it's probably 1 in the morning.
What do you think we should do? Should we head back there, or see what happened, or go in the morning?
Well, unless we want to fight, I don't think we're going to get in there. I mean, they still, going to the church in the middle of the night. The guards didn't seem to be too concerned about the signs of a scuffle. I mean, he entered the room. He was only looking for signs that someone, didn't belong in there. He didn't seem, to notice the scuffle. So I don't know that they would particularly. They don't seem concerned. So I suspect that if we sort of made a nuisance of ourselves, they would not appreciate it.
Hmm. I'm assuming you told us about the secret passage too, right?
Yep. I mean, that's some, well,
Now, why would you want to go and do that?
Well, guess we could wait to see what happens in the morning.
yeah, no, we can always go back there in the morning and see if the guy can meet with us, and that might give us some idea of what sort of problems there might be.
Okay, I'm going to give you an overnight rest then.
Yeah, so I mean, we can go back to, after we get up and are fooded and stuff, we could go back, or is there something else we want to check out before going back there?
There's really not much else unless we know how to get to the neighbors.
We don't. No one's been able to give us directions. They just keep telling us it's whatever, down the bay or down the way.
Pretty much the only thing we really have a hint towards is the church and nothing else.
Alright, so
Yeah.
yeah, let's go drop in with the church again.
Okay. When you get to the church this time, you notice that there's only one priest on guard duty this time.
We were wondering if Father Voltiaro was free. Voltario. Or is he still occupied?
He is still occupied. Um, he does say that, uh, um, the father is unavailable. However, one of the vicars is available.
Sure, we could meet with him.
And well, you're also out front. You know, they've seen you coming. After yesterday, they're not taking any. This guard's not taking any chances. The guard keeping a watchful eye on you, steps back in between, and he yells down the hallway into the room, and you hear someone yell back, and very shortly, you see a gentleman come out of the back room. And he's dressed in the typical church garb. And he comes down and walks up to the other priest for a minute, and they talk, and then the two of them come up, and very shortly, as they're approaching you, you see another cultist come out of the same door, and he starts walking down to join you all. And the vicar walks up and introduces himself as Caleb Voltron. And, he's informs you that he's one of the Order's 3 vicars here. And, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
We were hoping to talk to Father Voltron.
I'm sorry, he's currently been called away on business.
So he's out of town.
He really doesn't answer.
I just stick my hand out to shake his hand and just introduce myself. Say my name's Damon Grimm. It's nice to meet another person of the faith, another religious person in these parts. Just we were just in town, looking for a friend, and maybe offering to help if there's anything in need. I mean, we've heard there's been some disappearances. I was wondering if we came to the church to see if there's any assistance we can give in aid to find these people.
I appreciate your offer. We have, we are capable of taking care of our own and so forth. And yeah, how about another knowledge religion check?
Um,
And Caleb is wearing, these holy vestments, and uh, they're made from dark green, and you can see a few arcane symbols, and there's images of waves and sea creatures um, that have been stitched using gold thread.
Yeah, as we were talking to him, I'd probably like to focus on him and see if I can detect evil coming off him.
You are detecting evil from his direction, and Darris, you see that these scenes that have been stitched upon his robes and so forth are related to the worship of Khazra, but there's just something wrong about them. It's almost like they're backwards, and it's the representation of the sea life, something that he would never condone. And it's just really weird and really wrong feeling to you.
I'll turn Slate in my head to Darris and some nonverbal way let him know I'm getting a very wrong sense from this character, this Caleb guy.
Agreed.
And by this time, a third guard has joined you.
Well, if you could just please let the father know that we're eager to speak to him when he returns, and that, that we're more than willing to be of assistance if there's anything we can do to help you out with the disturbances you seem to be having recently.
Once again, I appreciate you. I appreciate your concern, but I think we can handle it. And he's very condescending, tone-wise. You know, why don't you all just go and leave me alone?
Yep.
He's saying the right words, but
We can tell what he's means. I think we should, once we're have departed, I think we should come back again tonight.
Yeah.
And break in, and then see what we can find out. We won't necessarily go the stealthy route, but there's plainly something wrong here. But probably not best to do it in the middle of the day.
I'm assuming we've left at this point, so they're not hearing us talk about this.
I would wait until after we're outside the church to discuss. Hey, you know what? I think we should come back here tonight.
Yeah, I second that. That sounds like a great idea, because I was just focusing on this guy, and I just got a pure sense of evil coming from the direction.
I can believe it. The religious symbols on his robes were definitely not normal for a Gosrin priest. It seems all backwards, and given some of the other things I saw, and I mentioned, the idol that seems to venerate the scum, they seem to have. I'm not sure that this is a true church to Gosra.
Yeah. Or it was at one time where it's been corrupted somehow.
Yeah, entirely possible. So I think we should just go out and check out the rest of town until evening.
Yeah, explore, ask maybe some odd questions here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. Okay, you leave the church uneventfully, and you spend a couple hours, just walking around town, checking everything out, getting a general feel, and you know that people are worried, and they're scared. They're not quite sure what all is going on. It's just too much for the backwoods people of this backwater people of this town to deal with. And See who's there. And you find yourself back over toward the fish market. And as you're, just browsing around, you hear screaming coming from the pier in front of you from the boat dock. And you can see this townsperson. God, all my guards. Caleb's off the list. You hear screaming coming from the boat dock, and you can see the townsperson standing on the dock, and these tentacles have come out of the water and have wrapped them around the townsperson. And as you turn and watch, you see that the townsperson is pulled off of the dock into the water. And watching the scene, you see that there is a giant octopus responsible for it.
And this lady's still above the water?
She's thrashing around in the water doing everything, but it ain't gonna be long before she gets pulled under.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Help me! Help me!
And I run over there and try to save her.
Great, let's roll for initiative. And to be fair, I'll even let you start closer to the dock so you can get full movement in. And Darris, you're up first, sir.
In a second here, the map's not opening properly for me. Sorry, what was it called? The map?
It's the town of Illmarsh.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, this is difficult. Darris is not wearing metal armor, so it's probably safer for him to go into the water, but his strength is really, really crappy. Yeah, he'll actually go into the water, assuming that Damon's going to try to help her from the docks, and he will see if he can do anything to try to get her free of the tentacle. Or the giant octopus thing.
Okay. And needless to say, that's going to take the rest of your action.
Yep.
And the giant octopus, by holding on to the victim's gonna take, yeah, he's gonna thrash around and you see, another tentacle come and wrap around the townsperson.
Okay, if I run along the dock, can I reach the octopus from there?
Yeah, you sure can.
Okay, I'll run there and attack the octopus to try to maybe draw his attention from Darris, the town person, so he can get her as free. Since I moved, I only get one attack action, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna swing away with my greatsword.
Ooh, and got a crit. Oh, beautiful start.
Ends my turn.
Okay, and let's skip all the hidden actors.
All right, Darris will continue to try to fray her. He will try to jab it with his long spear and see if he can, get the tentacle to let her go that way.
Okay. And the giant octopus is, he takes a tentacle, wings, and hits Dhamon. And you resist all the damage.
How did I do that? Oh, maybe my DI resistance is not set up right for my fire and frost, cold.
See, something seems to have gone wrong with DR. We ran into that problem in my Saturday night game too. Because that was how DR was supposed to be set up until, at least the last patch.
Because I had DR 4 cold resistance and 5 fire resistance.
Yeah, that is weird. So
I'll just remove it so it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, we'll just have to remember the individual resistances for time being.
yeah, that sucks if we don't get DR.
I'll just have to subtract it later when I do get hit.
Okay, so he hit you for 9. And you had DR 4 and 5, cold and fire, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so that would absorb the whole 9.
Yeah, that's correct then.
The octopus isn't doing fire or cold damage, though, is he? I would assume it's just bludgeoning.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'll have to check see if there's a new code for it. Okay. Looking at the octopus. I'm just gonna swing away, maybe try and hit some of the tentacles. And I'm gonna do a power attack with both of my attacks. Don't let the townspeople go, foul creature.
You should say it in octopus. Well, given his general inefficient stabbing at the creature, Darris is instead going to try to chuck bombs at it. So he chucks one bomb. And then he'll chuck his second. Don't worry, we'll have you free in a moment.
Yeah, at that point, you know, the octopus kinda lets go. And give me just a second. And Damon, you see two tentacles come flying through the air at you, and both of them do indeed hit.
Oh, I see.
And you take some damage, and modifier. And he does manage to grapple you. So you've got this big tentacle wrapped around you.
Okay.
Box grappled.
I can still swing at him, but it will just, I'll have like a negative, right?
Correct.
I'm just going to start chopping at the tentacle holding me to try to get it to let go. Wow, I hit with that.
I was just looking at that myself.
Wow.
Probably doesn't have much AC, it probably just has a lot of hit points.
Now, end my turn. Aw, man. Calamari tonight?
And yes, where you were striking the tentacle holding you, you did manage to cut through it. Where you are no longer grappled. And Darris, the townfolk is free.
Does she look like she's backing away, or does she need, like, is she struggling, or like, I'm hoping she knows how to swim, but if not, I will try to help her.
She just got out of your way.
Okay. I'll take a 5-foot step back away from the giant octopus and chuck another bomb at it. I'm assuming it's a regular octopus, not an undead octopus.
Correct. Oh, he's if it's possible for an octopus to look pissed off, this one does. Absolutely. And he kind of slides forward 5 feet.
Well, thank God it's big, because step up doesn't really matter here.
And Steph, you see it kind of rear back, and you see these 4 tentacles come flashing down through the air at you. And 3 of them manage to make contact with you. Sorry, that last one was in error. See. And one of the tentacles does manage to grapple you as well. That was a lot of fun. I love hitting the alchemist.
Okay. I'm going to take a 5-step forwards and start hacking at it and try to break its hold on Darris, and while using power attack. Or kill it.
And the octopus goes limp, and Darris, you've got all these slimy tentacles wrapped around you, and
I collect some of the slime to see if it'll be useful in alchemical extracts.
Not help him get the tentacles off him.
I
and
suffer for my science.
the town's lady is very, very thankful that you all helped save her life.
I should hope so.
And yes, you all just chewed through his 195 hit points.
I'm kicking myself. I forgot about power attack in my first hit.
And guys, if you'd like, you want to take some time till Bach gets back, and then we can
Yep.
run the temple.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's good.
That's a good idea, yeah. I'll see if I can get the DR stuff working properly.
All right. Well, we'll see you shortly.
Alright.
Sounds good.